Hey guys, you're watching Boondockin' with Dennis. Just after sunrise, Saturday, June 29th, 2024. We are in Rockport, Texas. Pulling on to 3036, Farm Road 3036. I used to live right up here on the left at, was it Bentwater Apartments? I lived there for 2 years and they had a fabulous pool area. I literally went to the pool every day for at least a couple hours. Would usually go whatever time the pool opened that day. If it was a weekend, get my coffee, a book, go to the pool as soon as it opened, and I think it's an ambulance coming. Guy behind me does not want to stop. He's obviously in a hurry. He's just tried to pass me, the guy behind me. I guess I pulled over too long. Calvin, that must be one of those off-duty FedEx drivers we keep talking about. Check that channel out, guys. RV Living with the Geezer. Link in description. And then sometimes during the work week, I would go there at lunch. It was only about 5 minutes from our office, and I would usually wind up being about 90 minutes, but I would just stay at work later. Once the heat was in, I didn't mind being in an air-conditioned office or in the pool. Not a bad way to spend the day. We're going to go up to Highway 35 here and take it south for a little bit. Just past Coastal Oaks Church, back there on the left. I went there for probably a year and a half. That was back when they moved from the old building into the brand new church. We actually carried the chairs from the old building to the new church. They had a pastor there, real simple, especially in the old building, just an acoustic guitar. He'd give a sermon and play the acoustic guitar and sing, and it was basic, all about the Bible. Those were good times. I'm going to take this up, probably get off at Market Street, which is 1069. If we go straight to 1069, that's the way I kind of head towards Sinton. Make a right on the 188 at some point, or if I'm going to go visit Greg over in Bayside. But we're not going to go that far today. I'm dealing with a stray hair, and my mustache keeps getting in the rest of my mouth. I think it's time to trim that sucker, huh? We got a few drops of rain, and the sun is kind of coming up behind us right now, but we will get turned around. They've added service stations along here the last few years, maybe 5 years. There's one back at 35 and Pearl, and then there's another big one up here at Market and 35. So we have no shortage of gas stations, liquor stores, and churches in Rockport. Most little Texas towns have have $1 General. We have $3 Generals, a Family Dollar, and we even just got a Dollar Tree. So we're really stepping up in the world. We got a Walmart. We have H-E-B, which is a grocery store. We probably have 15 or 20 of those convenience store gas stations. Probably 10 or 12 Mexican restaurants, and we're going big time. Here we are. We're just turning on to 1069, and we're just hopping on here a little bit. And that little hair is just driving me nuts. It is funny how you go for years without getting a hair in your mouth, and you start shooting a video, and the good Lord decides to make sure you're 100% aware of that one little hair. Utility poles really mess up a video, don't they? We're going to turn right here at 1701. It's just a little back country road, farm road, FM 1701, excuse me. FM is farm to market. And this, we're kind of running parallel with the highway, going back the opposite direction we just came from. Kind of doing a big loop. That's my little driving plan today. I just thought it was a nice day to just go for a drive and see the clouds. I didn't have any destinations in Portland. Portland is south of us. You go through Aransas Pass, and then you're in Portland. They just added a Target and a bunch of chain restaurants. Portland has really changed. I'm sure if you're a long-time visitor to Rockport, things have changed here as well. I know they have just since I started coming here in the 90s. I saw my friend Devin posted a beautiful sunset photo from Murph Park, otherwise known as Airport Park, up here on 1701. And I've done videos and sunsets from there. Maybe we'll swing by there. My experience with Airport Park is no matter what time of year, no matter what the conditions, you're going to get covered in mosquitoes when you go through there. And prove me wrong. Prove me wrong if you're from this area. But it's apparently a good fishing spot, and it's a really good spot to see a sunset. I got that hair, everyone. That's about 3 inches long. That is not mine, which is concerning. I do not have a 3-inch piece of hair anywhere on my head or body. There's Hoots. Hoots Country Kitchen. That's where we got our awesome brisket tacos and real fancy avocado toast. We usually come from this direction while we go here. So we made a right-hand turn, and we're still on 1701. We're on Rattlesnake Point Road, folks. I think I just mentioned that a few videos ago. I don't even know if the house that I was supposed to get when I first moved here is even still standing now. And I don't know how serious. When I moved here, I was supposed to get a house. I don't know how serious that was or how serious they looked. I just moved here and went with the punches and rolled with the punches. Yeah, that's the saying. We're going to make a left up here, and we'll still be on 1701. If we make a right, it's going to bring us right to 35, where Pearl meets 35. Just less than a mile to the right there. And I hope we don't get too much glare. I did clean my windshield before we started the ride today. And it always seems like it's still going to have streaks. It looks like we did get some rain overnight because all the roadway seems like it's kind of wet. That just could be from overnight humidity. If you're celebrating, today is National Waffle Iron Day. I almost got excited when I thought it was going to say National Waffle Day. That's a national day I can get behind. National Waffle Iron Day, it just doesn't have the same ring to me. It's also National Camera Day. And I don't think I've owned a camera in about 15 or 20 years. Just use the one that's on our phones, right? And I definitely have never owned a waffle iron. I have used them at hotels, and if you're staying at a hotel here in Texas, and it's one of those places where you get to make your own waffles at breakfast, if the waffle isn't shaped like the state of Texas, you got to get out of that hotel. They just have no class. If you've never seen them, there are waffle makers shaped like the shape of Texas. I think we're going to maybe pull into Murph RV Park up here. When we get up here, the airport will be on our right, the Aransas County Airport. There's a KOA trailer park back here. There's not a trailer park. What do you call that? RV resort. Thank you. Not a whole lot of traffic, huh? I thought people would, I guess it depends what time you're going to work. If you're going to work at 9, you're not going to be out here at 6:40, 6:50 in the morning. You're going to stay at home as long as you can with your lovely wife and family. Or your lovely husband and family. Wow, we didn't even do a dad joke yet. This is right from the dad joke calendar that my buddy Todd sent me. Why was the computer cold? Why was the computer cold? Because it left its windows open. Not bad. Not bad. I have been loving the clouds this time of year. They say we got 2 potential tropical storms brewing, and they mention it on the weather report when I watch KRIS TV6 out of Corpus Christi. Watch their clips on YouTube. But I also know they need to keep you a little scared so you're coming back. That's if you're watching any 24-hour news, CNN, Fox, those type of stations on cable, it's just fear. You better stay tuned. Something's going to happen. You're going to miss it. And at the end of the day, you watch and you're like, nothing happened. You know, nothing really happened. I could have just read the highlights on my own on that one. I got a white sugar-free Monster. First one in a few days, actually. I'm going to put that little store out of business. Jack's Market. It's where I usually get them from in the afternoon. I'll buy one, and ice cold. And as hot as it is, I'm not allowed to drink a whole lot of fluids, 1,800 milliliters a day, which is, I've given up on that. That's ridiculous in this Texas heat, because I'll make it all day, and then right before I go to sleep, I'm so dehydrated that I might have 2, 3, 4 bottles of water over a 2 or 3 hour period. Especially sleeping in the heat, you wake up and you're just dehydrated and dry. There's a little trail there. He's fishing. So Copano Bay is right to our left. Copano Bay has such a cool history of a town that's no longer there, and a Civil War battle, and pirate treasure. It was a what they called a deep water bay, and one of the hurricanes, I believe the 1919 hurricane, I could be wrong about that, basically made it a very shallow bay. We're pulling into Airport Park, Gord Murph Park. There are signs there warning you about alligators. And it is all salt water over here. So it is odd, unless we're during a drought, that there would be alligators over here. But for some reason, they like this spot. If it's a good spot for the fishermen, it's a good spot for the alligators. This is the park I said it seems like every time I come here I get covered in mosquitoes. Like, I don't even want to roll down a window when I'm over here. There's a fisher person. I think that's a lady. Not sure. And that little picnic table out there, I don't remember seeing that out there before. That's interesting. I wonder if that was from the storm. Yeah, so it's around our area. There are alligators. They're usually in the freshwater, but going from one place to another, they will travel in the saltwater, and occasionally we will get one at Rockport Beach, or you'll see them crossing Copano Bay Road. Is that what it is? Not Copano Retreat Road. I'm going to say Copano Bay Road. It's where the windy road. I've spotted them out there. And of course, they're in the ponds in Lamar and Holiday Beach. As a general rule, the way to tell if there's alligators there, yeah, you can look for the alligator slides. You can kind of listen and hear the alligators. You can see claw marks in the mud. The best way I found around here is a test to find out if there's alligators there. Just put your hand in the water just a little bit, and then pull your hand out quickly. And if your fingers are wet, there's probably alligators in that water. That was a long hike for that joke, wasn't it, kids? So we're still on 1701. In the early 1900s, there used to be a KKK, kind of a vacation camp. It was a cool coastal camp, spelled with all K's. In some of their advertising, they would use the C's, cool coastal camp, in their direct pamphlets that you can still find online. I even did a video about it. It was KKK, Cool Coastal Camp. And it was for like-minded families. Also, on the opposite end of the spectrum, Aransas Zoo is up here. And that is a camp for disabled children, I believe. I don't know if it's disabled adults, but that's a possibility. I haven't read their literature in a while, but it's a camp designed for people with special needs. There you go. Special needs. That's the word we want. And it even has a golf cart bridge that crosses 1701 up here. If you've got to see a few of my videos, I've shown the entrance to Aransas Zoo. It always reminds me of the entrance to Jurassic Park. Kind of has a bridge with real solid sign over the bridge saying it's Aransas Zoo. And I'm just getting lost in the clouds, kids. I do believe once I get this stint and valve issue addressed, I think I'll take up fishing again. There's the little golf cart bridge. And kind of behind that, you can kind of notice LBJ Causeway, which goes across kind of where Copano Bay and Aransas Bay meet. There's the golf cart bridge. There's also right over here that small tornado touched down. And the most serious damage I saw was it really just twisted up someone's carport. They had a metal carport. I mean, it really did a number on it. And fortunately, and I believe even this little RV park here had, I don't know if it was wind gusts or if it was the same tornado, but someone reported in the RV park. Officially, the National Weather Service said there was one tornado. And fortunately, it didn't wreck any homes, and I don't think it was that big. But I would imagine even a small tornado when you're right there is absolutely terrifying. So we're going to take 1701 right up here to 35. And we were on 35 earlier. And I'm just trying to kind of show you the tie-in of the area. There is the HEB Lodge. We've done videos from there before. And we're going to make a left right here. There's the hood of my truck. And we'll just make a quick drive through our side of the causeway where the boat lift is. We've gotten real lucky with traffic. There's Copano Bay. Looking pretty. I've read some really good detailed articles about the pirate I don't even want to call them legends, because if it's true, it's not legends, but they're still, as far as they know, undiscovered gold buried somewhere along Copano Bay. And there was even a town here called Copano, kind of over north of Bayside. That's all on private property now, but if you have water access, you can see some of the shellcrete walls are still remaining. Shellcrete is kind of concrete mixed with shells, and it was the preferred building material. Yeah, it was definitely raining over here. At first I thought maybe people got their boats out and the boats kind of splashed the water around a little bit. There's Copano Bay, there's LBJ Causeway, and in the distance there, that's a little bit of Aransas Bay. Lots of people out fishing in their boats already this morning. Well, that's good. That's good for them. I think what we're going to do is get back on 35 head south. We've never left Rockport, by the way, guys. Well, you know what? We were kind of started in Fulton. Fulton is kind of a little rectangle along the water surrounded by Rockport. The Twin Cities. Rockport-Fulton. Share a school district. Let's work on our pronunciation this morning. It's pretty. There, we finally had to wait for one car to go by. Not bad. We're going to go down here maybe half a mile and make a left onto Fulton Beach Road. And I really wish they had Fulton Beach Road, the turn for it, marked a little better. Because sometimes you're coming along here and you're in a line of vehicles and traffic's moving pretty good. They used to have a big green sign on the right with a big arrow pointing to the left, Fulton Beach Road. But no longer. Fortunately, there's not any cars behind me, so I can kind of slow down a little bit and spot it. Right down there is Stevie Lou's Barbecue, a really good barbecue place. I have not driven this part of Fulton Beach Road since Tropical Storm Alberto hit. So I'm kind of curious how far down we can drive and how much debris is on the road. And we're here early, so maybe we can see some dog walkers. I don't even want to see the dog walkers. Just want to see the dogs. There's Kontiki. There is our casita trailer. We always got to check for that, right? It's in its spot. This is a nice, relaxing little drive along Aransas Bay here. I'm curious, there were already some remnant piers left over from Hurricane Harvey here. So I am kind of curious how the piers themselves made out. What do we got down here? I see a guy on a bike. Oh, he's got a dog. Okay. I didn't get a wave, but I'm also thinking if he waved, he might have crashed. So we're going to call that one a wash. It's okay. He's out taking his dog for a pedal. The dog's going to have a piddle. He's going to have a pedal. I do see some people fishing, actually. I have heard that the fishing is good after a storm. Here, we got a wave. We got a dog in a wave. It's going to be a good day. Got another joke from the dad joke calendar. I wish my gray hair started in Las Vegas, because what happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. Is gray hair a big thing? This is a question coming from a bald guy. I mean, my beard is gray. I was going to do that. What's that stuff you put in your beard to give it color? You can make your beard black again, and it's like a dye thing for men. And then I remembered I was a male, so yeah, I didn't put dye in my beard. I didn't see anyone. I saw a guy further down in a chair. I wonder if that's his buggy. Yeah, you could tell lots of debris washed up on this road. Parts of it are super clean, and parts of it looks like they kind of just got it pushed back with maybe a little backhoe or something. Yeah, lots of rock, lots of wood piled up, looks like from the piers. Just keeping an eye out for any debris, nails, little pieces of wood with nails in them. It's too early to change a tire. It's never too early to call AAA though and have them change a tire. Get your money's worth. I got a piece of equipment. I wonder if that's a contractor's, or is that the city working for the contractor, or the contractor working for the city? Or is that just like a private homeowner? None of those answers would surprise me. See, you get a little stretch like this where there's virtually no debris whatsoever. I wonder, once they get the big pieces out of the way, if they could have the street cleaner come through here. Here's a nice doggy. Lots of people out walking. Wave. And we got a wave, yes. They know how to play the game. They know how to play the wave game. There's another piece of rented equipment. That's interesting. That means they're still working on it. It is funny when you think about it, because like in town there's only one place that rents that kind of equipment, and from what I remember there was another place in Corpus. I've been out of that game for 7 or 8 years now, but there's not a whole lot of places in this area you could rent them. The place in Corpus here is right on Corpus Christi Street and Business 35. And you go pick them up. The place in Corpus would actually deliver them, which was nice. We were working on a pool once on Key Allegro. The people I was working for hired this new guy from San Antonio, brought him and his wife down, rented them a really nice place right on the island, right on the water, for a year, and gave them a good salary. And the first day working with him, me and another guy who were assigned to him, this guy was drinking like 8-12 beers a day, and I was trying to hide it. And they had delivered a brand new backhoe, and he just scraped the hell out of it. There was a palm tree there, and a palm tree will just scrape the hell out of your vehicle. And he parked it there and was swiveling back and forth. He was digging a hole for a custom pool, and man, just scratched the hell out of it. And the owner had, brand new, probably the first time it was rented, and I know he had to pay thousands of dollars just to repair that. And that guy didn't last more than 5 days. There's a dude walking. Hello, dude. Got a little wave. There's another person out. Where's your dog, lady? She waved. She's nice. We looks like the road is closed up here. We can go down a little bit further. But they dug the hole, and this other worker, David, and I did all the rebarb for the pool. Did it by hand, and we're gonna, the road's closed. We're gonna cut up here through Quality Inn, jump back on 35. Did all the rebarb, and the rebarb was raised, I want to say 8 inches off the bottom of the pool. I mean, we spent, I think, 2 days doing that. just us doing everything by hand, bending the rebar by hand to get it shaped into the pool. And then they were coming to pour concrete the next day, and it rained, like torrential rain. And when we went back and looked at the pool, it was just mud up beyond the rebarb. And it's one massive tied-in piece of rebarb. We had to get little gardening shovels and scoop out the mud below the rebarb, and that took 3 or 4 days just to do that. It was a mess. And then another team came in and did the what did they use for pools back then? Was it gunite, where everything gets sprayed? But we were just on the team that dug the hole and set up the rebarb. I did that for a few months, and then I didn't like the people I was working. I mean, yeah, the one guy was a drunk. They would replace him with a different drunk. They would have little drug addict people coming and going. And this is nothing against the owners of the company. They just that's what the workforce was. We had them working later in life when I worked for the construction company. Guys that were excellent carpenters, but they were alcoholics. You didn't know if they were going to show up or not. That's why and there are excellent carpenters in this area who aren't alcoholics and drug addicts. There are excellent plumbers, excellent air conditioning and heating guys, excellent landscapers. What I liked about when I worked for the construction company was we hired the best people, subcontracted work to them, and eventually even found a painter. I don't know why. We had such trouble finding a painter that would work out, but we did. This intersection, guys, is right where we started from. Thanks for riding along today. I appreciate y'all. We're back at 35 and 3036. Thanks for watching.